Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sue here, and we have Mark and Daniel on the building with us today. In case you missed our last episode, we were talking about the importance of ozone water system in the food industry. So today, we will delve into the application on how ozone water system is used in food processing. So let's kickstart. Daniel, could you shed some light on the real-world application of ozone water with us?
Basically, ozone water has very wide application, especially even related to the food industry. For example, the first one, of course, together with Mark, the focus is on general cleaning, right? Replacing chemicals or reducing the use of chemical in cleaning. Also, ozone water is used in disinfecting water, in fact, to make ice. And also using ozone water for washing and rinsing vegetables, fresh produce, to reduce the use of remove pesticides. And then ozone water also used for deodorizing, waste treatment. And also I think another one, and we see more and more coming up, ozone water is using in, I would say still related to food industry, but in the agriculture area, in the aquaculture area, because of the disinfectant properties of ozone water. So these are just some examples, and another one I could say very quickly is using ozone water for sanitizing packaging material before you actually use it to do packaging and so on. For the industry specific, I think what is important is for us to work with the the business owner or organization, just like we work with Mark Food, understand the operation, then we could be more specific on how we can recommend the use of ozone water in their specific operation. So yeah, these are just some examples.
Pretty amazing to discover the extensive applications of ozone water. It's truly eye-opening and something worth looking into. Now turning to you, Mark. Considering the various advantages of ozone water technology across different applications, can you share how Medklinn's ozone water system has impacted your facility's day-to-day operation?
Okay, I think since the installation of the machine and all that we have put in, the use that we apply currently, let's say we use it for multiple usage. Primary number one is, I think, for the cleaning up of the space and all, the wash down the floors, the sinks, the machinery equipment and all, we apply that. How exactly it works right now is that we install it into our water supply system. So therefore, the ozone water is generated each time, in fact, we open the tap, right? So this is where we find anything that it comes in contact with, that it would actually not just clean, but it will sanitize along with it. So I think it helps us in multiple areas. Primarily, like I said, I think in the previous podcast, that it gives me a peace of mind that each time the tap is turned on, the floor, the space, the produce, everything are being cleaned and being sanitized. And with the fact, I think that the plus point is that it's not chemical based, and also you do not need to so-called rinse off and all this. It's safe. It naturally breaks down. In O3, it's unstable. It will break down back in O2 at the end of the result. So I think that's where it helps. As Daniel mentioned earlier, the applications are pretty vast, and as we are doing this so-called collaboration, day to day, in fact, we are discovering more and more use of this ozone and its benefit within the facility. So with this on, like I said, the results that we would have will come in multiple areas. Like I said, the reduction of usage of washing chemical in the plant. Apart from this, also, like I said, with the clear assurance that we know that the plant is being much cleaner. It helps in areas perhaps like the drainage and other places. I think the reduction of mold and all these will be all being cleaned So the impact, like I said, we would share more results in the more coming podcast that we would have in the near future, perhaps. So that will be the current of in sense of application that we are putting in. Yeah.
Just a quick add-on to what Mark mentioned, which I didn't mention earlier, is of course ozone water is a good alternative to chlorine water. I mean, this is known in the industry because chlorine tend to have chemical residue, and there's a lot of interest to actually look at better alternative, and ozone is definitely one of them.
I think there's this other area also that it does a big impact from the washing. Be it your cloth, be it the mops and everything that the plant uses and all, it does sanitize all this all together. And like you mentioned earlier, it does deodorize everything up. It keeps everything clean. And that also impact, I think, quite a number of things also that I didn't mention earlier. For example, like the fresh produce, be it vegetable, it does extend shelf life after cleaning it, because it's actually free or cleaner in that perspective from microbes and all. In sense of meat products and all, it does also, have an impact, both shelf life and also, like I said, the safety perspective of food, So like I said, there are a lot of benefits in this way. Hence, that's why we did this collaboration to further study and get this result out so that we can share with you guys.
It's truly incredible to witness the impact of ozone water technology on your business operations, Mark. However, I am curious about its influence on your team's overall productivity, specifically when it comes to implementing new application and using the system. How does it affect your team's efficiency?
I think there are a few things to look at. The initial execution of it, I felt that the team would feel a bit skeptical with it because it's not something which is visible. Where traditionally, where they sanitize something, there's a physical chemical or perhaps liquid that you used, right? And this time round, it's actually already in the water itself. So definitely the initial part, I think there's a bit of skepticality in that sense of the application that whether it's being sanitized or not. But I think as we go, we can see. In fact, I think the clearest one would be definitely on smell itself. That will impact that you can feel. The rest, all perhaps, is definitely by time and by test results that you could apply, and you see that the effectiveness does work. So these are the part, the initial space that you actually first execute. But the later part, it's the beauty of it is that, like I said, it's in the water, and each time, regardless, whenever the tap is turned on, anything that it comes in contact with on its surface, it does sanitize it. But to make it more effectively, I think from Daniel sharing also, it's also the right application, the right so-called ways of using it is also important now. It's not a miracle water that fix everything, but using it correctly is important. So I think this is also things that perhaps we would be able to share later in the future of the right method of utilizing the ozone water to clean would definitely yield positive results.
Thanks, Mark, for sharing your perspective. It's truly inspiring to hear how ozone water technology has not only improved your business operations, but has also boosted your team's productivity. I completely agree that skepticism exists in the industry, and it's commendable how you have navigated that, even with your employee initially. I believe this podcast will bring awareness and educate industrial players like you about the potential of ozone water system. Now, Daniel, given the transformative impact of ozone water system in food processing, how do you foresee this technology shaping the future of food safety in the industry?
over the last few years, we can see a movement towards customers or food industry looking for non-chemical solution. And I think also with the push for a more sustainable solution globally, there's a lot of interest where ozone becoming a good alternative. As the industries becoming more aware what ozone can do, and more importantly, ozone is a non-chemical solution. The interest has grown. Personally, I've seen it in the region, and also what is also noticeable is that there's a lot more research going on globally of using ozone water technology in the food industry. There's a lot of studies have shown very good outcome, whether it's in the using it for vegetables or poultry or meat cleaning and so on. The results has shown very positive outcome, and most of the research paper that's out there always conclude by saying ozone is a good alternative. So with that going on, with the global movement of looking for sustainable solution, environmentally friendly solution, ozone water is well positioned to address that. And I think as the industry becomes more aware and more educated of what the ozone can do for the industry, I would say that there will be more acceptance and more installation in this industry, primarily because of the safety, and it's a much more hygienic solution as well. So I would say that it will gain more momentum. And again, I just want to emphasize, Medklinn working with international customers, we can see the demand has increased. So yeah, we are very hopeful that ozone will gain a lot more acceptance in this part of the world.
Appreciate your insights, Daniel. Likewise, I'm hopeful for a positive shift in the adoption of ozone water in the region, given the benefits. That wraps up our discussion for today. Tune into our next episode as we explore further on the outcomes of the ozone water system. Until then, stay safe. Goodbye.